Hey guys, this is Primeval, back with part 10 of our 8-player free-for-all as Songhai. So here again I'm doing the post-game recording. So after that crash, KDJD, well, we tried one more time with KDJD, I think. Anyways, the end result was that KDJD called it a night, despite protests from all of the other players. So we had to try to find a substitute for him. And then every time we tried to sub someone into England's spot, the program kept trying to sub them into different civilizations that had already been defeated. So we tried for quite a while with a number of different people trying to sub in for England. Anyways, since we were unsuccessful with that, after spending a good half hour trying to get that to work, we ended up just continuing the game with England controlled by the AI. So this should make things easier for me because the AI doesn't really know how to fight, although we are playing on Deity. I think we're playing on Deity. In any case, we're playing on either Deity or Immortal, and that means that the AI gets to train its units faster as well as pay less maintenance on them. We just recaptured Rotterdam there, but even with those advantages, dealing with the English shouldn't be too hard. So here, my plan is to go and capture the uranium from the English so that we can build nukes of our own and fend off or grind through militarily. Although with the map being this big, what we really should have done is gone for a space victory, and had we gone for the Hubble Space Telescope, that would definitely have helped us out. So you can see that there's a lot of nuclear fallout on the map. And I was just seeing what the English had there. Now we can go and grab that great general. A human would never have done that. And we can pull back here since we are fairly injured. We just discovered robotics. Since we are fairly safe now, what we really should be doing is trying to go for a space race victory. But I was, at the time, very focused on trying to get that uranium and trying to beat back the English. So we only have 2 more techs that we need to grab if we want to go and build all of the spaceship parts. But here I'm going for stealth because I am still feeling very pressured militarily. Anyways, so what I'm going to do here is play some sections at 1.5 speed. Here I'm just going to go and make peace with the Swedes. I'm happy to help them out, even though they are leading, but at this stage, even though KDJD's gone, I'm sort of really eager to kill the English. And so I'm not as focused here as I should be. I'd been staring at the computer for probably 10 hours at this stage. And while I was eating snacks throughout, I hadn't had a full meal. So these games can be very much an activity in testing your stamina in addition to any of your strategy or in-game analysis. So here we're moving some more paratroopers to the front lines, and like I said, let's bump that up into 1.5 times speed, since we do still have quite a bit of game to go. So here I'm considering whether or not I want to switch over to nanotech and particle physics, but I decide, we'll go push full military, go stealth, and then go for giant death robots. And again, looking at things with hindsight and also with fresh eyes, we really should just be pushing for a space race victory here. We still do want to claim the uranium, and should someone send an army at us while we're building our spaceship parts, we'll definitely want to nuke them, but we shouldn't be focusing so heavily on all the military techs right now. So let's kick that back up to 1.5 times speed. Hopefully there isn't too much shifting and panning around for you guys here. At 1.5 times speed, it might be a little more disorienting than it already is. So we can go, we're getting closer to grabbing the uranium city, taking down some more hit points on the English Navy. There I was deciding whether or not I wanted to try to hit the tank with that paratrooper, and we're queuing up some more units here, bombers. And we're moving our spies into Prague so we can start bombing Prague as well. Okay, so the AI managed to take out our tank over by the uranium city. And we're currently starving in Genie. But we also have a huge amount of reserve food there, so it's not urgent. There we took out another one of England's battleships. Costly attack there. Let's see if we can get our modern armor in. A little more distance if we repair the roads. There's no need for that modern armor to take a attack from Amsterdam. What we really want is that uranium city. The Swedes just declared war on the Celts, and if they do take Edinburgh, they will have another huge jump in score, since Edinburgh has a very large amount of wonders. And here, I was at war with Milan, and I had the opportunity to make peace a little sooner, and I should have, because we just lost a paratrooper needlessly there. So there, the English AI is now starting to pump out spaceship parts. We should really get started with that ourselves. But I am still fixated on building a strong military. We really should start building the Apollo project and researching the spaceship part techs. I think that if we start doing that now, we have a good chance of winning. Okay, so our troops are now happy and healthy and ready to close in on the uranium city. Let's take out that rocket artillery first. Move our units into position. With paradrops plus railways, we can really move those paratroopers around. And we may as well do some damage on that mobile SAM so that we can start using our bombers soon. Meanwhile, Amsterdam doesn't appear to have too much air defense, so we're free to bombard there, if only for the experience. We're 2 turns until stealth, and stealth bombers are nice, but spaceship parts are more important if we want to win in a decent amount of time, and that seems to be what everyone else is thinking. There's India with its Apollo project done. We took out that mobile SAM so we can go and bomb Outreach. Now we have some uranium. We just need to go and repair that tile, and we have a worker to do that with now. We can also go and get a road going to Urich, or since that's not actually how you say that name, I'm fairly certain, I'll continue to call it the Uranium City. So here I'm just pointing out where the rest of the uranium is. Sweden has the remaining uranium, so I shouldn't have to worry about nukes from anyone but Sweden, unless they decide to fund some nuclear terrorists, i.e. any of the other civilizations. So we have stealth, and we can pay to upgrade some of our bombers to stealth bombers. If only we had the aluminum. We've got to go and either repair one of our aluminum mines or mine that new aluminum over by Rotterdam. So we now have a source of uranium online with that uranium mine repaired, and we're moving on the English here. They've got a fair number of units. I should have checked a little sooner if the English would offer us peace. You don't need control of your own capital to win a space race victory. Here we're just reviewing the space race progress. England's got 2 parts done, and India has the Apollo done. So we're 11 turns from nanotech, which isn't great. Like I said, had we gone for Hubble or not gone towards stealth, we would have all the techs we need to build the spaceship now. Looks like we should be able to take Amsterdam soon. And there's a helicopter gunship that we want to take down. Those things can make easy work of modern armor. So here, I think I decide that I need to get started on the Apollo project. Nope, I decide that I actually want to build a mech infantry. Okay, so we have a bunch of promotions we can take, some from promotion granting buildings and others just from a lot of hard fighting. Now with our bombers, we can definitely work Amsterdam down to nothing. There we go. We got a bunch of gold off of that, since we have the Songhai unique ability. Moved the first modern armor in there to get a flanking bonus. And we can move our other modern armor up. It's probably time to see what England will give us for peace. And let's get another source of aluminum going. We'll need that aluminum to upgrade our bombers to stealth bombers, but more importantly, to build our spaceship parts. So here it looks like Ivan 1 only has to go too. We can't really blame him since KDJD already left. Grabbing a flanking bonus on that modern armor. We can pull back with the injured one here. and I'm offering to continue from a slave, but Ivan's already gone. Here we're trying to get ready to take Gao back, but it's going to be long and hard, a hard fight, since our bombers are doing such minimal damage to the city there. Okay, so India just completed 2 more spaceship parts. That's definitely not good news for us. And here I'm still all eager to make the English pay for what they've done. We can go see how much damage our bombers will do to Gao. Not really a whole lot. Upgrading another bomber to a stealth bomber. Okay, there is another modern armor done, and I think here, finally, I decide we need to get started on the Apollo program. And England will offer us some peace, and since I realize that India is about to go to space, I'm not even going to worry about grabbing my capital back. I want to try to push militarily on India, since I'm not really even into the space race yet. We've got 6 turns until Apollo. Just bought a nuclear missile, funded by pillaging the 2 English cities. And I'm hoping we'll be able to do some nice damage with that nuclear missile. So the Celts ask what my plan is. My plan is to kill Yoruus before he wins. But given the great distances between us and how restricted the movement of our troops will be in that area, getting to his capital in order to squish his production and try to slow his spaceship parts down is going to be very difficult. So there, the Swedish AI just finished the Apollo project. We're starting to send our stealth bombers over at Rio, deal some damage there, as well as move our Malay units into position to capture. Okay, so we lost that paratrooper, but we have plenty more Malay units that can move in and take Rio. Once we get the city's combat strength down, next turn with our bombers and stealth bombers. Taikaza may as well go and build a stealth bomber. We've got plenty of aluminum, and stealth bombers will be more effective than paratroopers. So Yoruus has 2 spaceship parts done. He could have a bunch stockpiled as well. Plus, with since Sweden's not in the game to actually go and harass him, all that remains is me and the Celts, and the Celts are going to have trouble extending their military might over into India's lands. There we have the demographics. Maybe I'll go back and pause and look at the demographics again. Alright, so rewinding, I couldn't quite find the spot, but here we're just selling off some buildings that I feel we no longer need, so we can go and have enough money to upgrade 1 more stealth bomber. At least that's what I think I'm doing here. Let's see. Yep, stealth bomber. Upgrade complete. and we're 5 turns from the Manhattan Project. May as well finish off the CN Tower, just because I'm not really serious about winning anymore. Here I'm just trying to finish out the game. Okay, so we're back to 2x speed. I just realized that this whole time where I thought I was going at 1.5 times speed, we've actually been going at 2x, so sorry if the camera panning is a little frenetic. So we just captured Rio there. And we paratrooped over towards the next closest Indian city, in this case a puppeted Geneva. Yeah. Moving those paratroopers forward. There, Yoruus has completed another spaceship part. He's just 3 parts off now, so things are looking a little grim for us. Okay. So Yoruus shouldn't have any uranium, unless he managed to buy some from the Swedes before they quit. We've got a bomber. Stealth bombers can go bring Geneva down. Just grabbed Geneva and a small pile of gold. Dropping more paratroopers over towards our new front line. And is it safe enough to rebase our nuclear bomb here? We can probably wait a turn. And it's time to rebase our stealth bomber as all of the important units are getting out of range. So here, with 1 turn left on the CN Tower, I figure I may as well throw up a spaceship factory, since we haven't completed Apollo yet, but we do want to start building spaceship parts the moment we are able. Okay, so here I go and nuke Delhi right away, but he's already got a bomb shelter up, so that wasn't very effective. What I should have done was waited until my spy in Delhi came online, and then gone and nuked him as soon as I know that a spaceship part's going to be there. And so if I could have destroyed a spaceship part, that would have set Yoruus back by probably 5 turns. I'm sure he has some pretty high production cities that will allow him to churn out spaceship parts in fairly rapid succession. Anyways, so I think that's the last time I'll have enough money to buy a nuclear missile, so I don't think I'll have another opportunity to try to nuke and destroy spaceship parts. So part of the reason I launched that nuke so quickly was I was worried that Yoruus would retake Geneva. He's only got 1 part left, and then destroy my nuke. But Geneva does have a fair amount of hit points left, and I did take out some of that navy using my stealth bombers. Okay. We can just go grab another random policy. That one gets us a little money by saving us on building maintenance. So we're back in the positive, but that's not going to be enough to allow us to buy a nuclear bomb before Yoruus should be able to finish that last part. Taking out more of the Indian Navy. So, all in all, this has been a fairly epic game. It's the first time I've done 8 players. It sort of degenerated at the end as we started to have people quit and leave, as well as the day got longer and longer, and my attention waned ever so slightly, but I hope it's been interesting thus far, and at least for me, this game was very educational, at least in terms of the importance of naval combat, and also on focusing on grabbing a space race victory when you know you're not going to be able to win a military victory faster than you can win a space-based victory. So in the game that I play after this, which is actually just the next day, I am actually a lot more focused and a little more experienced in naval combat. So while watching the recap here, where I already know what happens and I kind of spoil it for you guys maybe, might not be the most entertaining, please check out the next video series, which should showcase some of these late game mechanics a little better with a little more proficiency. So again, I'm not one of the top players in No Quitters. No Quitters is a great group, and it's one of the reasons it's so great is because it's the most active. And so if you go on there, the people that you see every day have played a lot of Civ. If you look at their number of hours played, some of them have 4,000 hours, 6,000 hours, whereas I'm only at just over 1,000 hours. And of course, for me, that 1,000 hours isn't all playing. Sometimes I have the game open while I go do other stuff for single player, or while I'm waiting in the lobby, I'll have the game opened but no game running. And so that's true as well for many of the other people in No Quitters, so they haven't necessarily actually played the game for the full 6,000 hours, but they definitely have the game running for 6,000 hours. So that's quite an impressive feat, really. Now, here we're just trying to move on the Indian capital. I'm just going and annexing this city so we can have a little more production going, maybe go and get some research going as well. We have some parts building, but with Yoruus only having one part left to go, our chances of beating him to it aren't high. Now, had we tried to go for that several turns earlier, say as soon as KDJD quit, we would be in a better position in terms of the space race. In fact, we might have been able to win it. And if we had been a little more focused with our tech choices, we would be able to build all of the parts by now. So anyways, just trying to kill more Indian units, try to get towards their capital. That last turn, Sweden, AI controlled now, also completed 2 spaceship parts. So, and here we are researching our last part. It'll be done in 6 turns. But since Yoruus only has 1 part left, and in fact he's going to complete it next turn, things are looking grim for us. Anyways, GG, congratulations Yoruus. And that brings an end to our 8-player free-for-all experience. This whole business of having people in chat is in voice chat, as well as doing 8 players. This has been a bit of an experiment. If we try again, I think we'll try to get all 6 of the players in voice chat, and also let them know that they are being recorded, since there was some confusion there, and that they shouldn't talk all the time. Although maybe they might. Well, it depends. Do you guys want to hear random chatter that doesn't relate to what's happening on my screen? If so, we can definitely have random chatter with all 6 players. But in this case, I muted them. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. I might post an epilogue later with a little more in-depth reflection, but I also need to record new audio for my next game, because there, again, I had to stop the audio portion for the last few episodes. Anyways, this is Primeval, signing off.